Well, hello everybody. Larry Young here again with another segment of OLaMan Living Life with Purity. And today's date is October the 8th, 2024. And yesterday I saw something on the news that was very, let's just say, disconcerting. And a whole lot more than that. It really pissed me off. And what I saw were people in the streets marching with the protection of our civil servants, the police, fire, EMS, all the services. These people marched in the street and cheered and exalted the people who killed over 1,000 innocent Jewish people and non-Jewish people. They were very indiscriminate in who they did last October the 7th. These folks killed babies in front of their parents before killing the parents and raping the mothers. These people put babies in ovens and turned it up and walked away. These people took people hostage, and they say they still have 100 hostages, but I think that's all BS. I think these folks are dead. If they're not dead now, they will be dead as soon as the army comes in close again like they did the other month. These are people that you cannot come to an agreement with on any level. And to see people on this country cheering these acts on and treating these people like they were heroes, these terrorists who did these sorts of things, is just appalling. And we can't stand for this. We cannot allow this to happen. Now, I'm a free speech guy, but this type of stuff, if they're going to let them speak, we also got to let them have it and where they deserve it, and that's in their ears and in their heads, and we need to call it what it is. Islam is a lie. All of it is based on lies. Let me go back. God, the Judeo-Christian God, is all good. Everything he does is good. Everything that comes out of him is good. There's no evil in God. Now, on the other side of things, the evil side tells lies. God, in his wisdom with the Ten Commandments, said, "Thou shalt not lie." Now, Islam, on the other hand, with this guy Muhammad, who everyone says is a prophet, I think the guy was just a warmonger, a pedophile, and probably had a lot of other aberrant behaviors going on with him that he was trying to justify in his quest for power. The man was false. He told a lot of lies, and his followers today still tell a lot of lies. And they, in Islam, in the teachings of Islam, it allows for lying. They encourage lying on 3 different occasions. One is between husband and wife, that it's allowed to lie to your spouse in order to try to make them love you more. How the hell is that supposed to work out? How can you build a relationship that's supposed to be based on trust and allow lies? Now, I'm not talking about just simple little lies like, honey, that was the best dinner ever, or things like that. This can be absolute lies about where were you, who were you with, all this other kind of stuff. Lying is allowed in that regard. Lying is also allowed if you were at war with somebody. Now, in the mission statement of Islamic faith, they're at war with Christians. Always have been, always will be. They will say they're a peaceful religion. Bullshit. I think we saw what happened when they went after another group of religious people, mainly the Jews. But once they get done with the Jews, their main stated goal is to eliminate all Jews from the face of the earth, and then infidels. And that's anyone who doesn't agree with them. And that includes a whole lot of Christians on this globe. And I'm here one of them right now. So I kind of take that personally, and you should too if you're watching this. So when you're at war with somebody and you're allowed to lie, when does the war start and when does it end? Well, the war started clear back when Muhammad made that statement, and it hasn't ended. These folks have called for jihad. That means cleansing and war all over the earth to eliminate the great Satan, that being the West, and Christianity in general. So this is their mission statement. So when they tell you, and other people say, well, the Muslims are a people of peace and all like that. Well, on an individual level, one-to-one, Yeah, that might be, but they also might be lying to you in an effort to gain what they want. If they're going to lie to their spouses, to get love or keep harmony in the home, and they're going to lie to anyone else that they see as an enemy combatant, that being anyone who isn't a Muslim, there seems to be a bit of a disconnect there. So we need to think about that. Now, the third way that they're allowed to lie, let me try to remember what that one was. Was to try to bring peace between two people who might be fighting with each other. That the person in the middle can sit there and lie to this one over here and say, this guy over here said nice things about you, even though that may not have been the case at all. They're able to lie to each other to try to get these two to agree to not disagree so much anymore. Well, just like the husband and wife, where a relationship is based on a lie, how long do you think that that'll last? Well, in an Islamic faith, they think that it's okay to keep going back and fixing it again with more lies. In God's world, in Christianity, no, you don't do that. And if you do that, you atone for that by apologizing and going to your brother and saying, Lord, my friend, the Lord taught me differently than how I behaved. I'm sorry, I apologize. What I said was not the truth, and I apologize for that. What can I do to make it better? What can I do to show you? These types of things. That doesn't show up in the Islamic teaching. So we need to understand what it is that we're dealing with here in these things, and understand that the thinking that goes on inside many of these heads is not the classic Western ideology that the rest of us seem to have grown up with, the Western world. All of the great developments in this world have come from the Western way of thinking, and that is a Judeo-Christian ethic that is at the basis of that. So we're at a crossroads in our world right now. Time is tight. It's going to get really, really bad. I've been saying that for a long time. You see some of the natural disasters that are hitting us right now. This isn't even the start of it. This is just a little bit of a taste of the natural things that go on, but we're going to have some really big natural disasters coming. The volcanic activity is really off the charts in many places around the world. This kind of says to geologists and people who watch these things that the Earth is ready for a major burp. And when that happens, there's been a lot of terrible things have happened in Earth's history when these big burps happen. And it seems like there may be one loading up. This could take thousands of years. It could be next week. It could be today. Who knows? But be prepared. Make sure that you got your poop in a group, as I said some months ago. Make sure that you're certain about who you are and what you stand for. Don't let the media and other friends and family try to sway you from that. Be convinced of what it is you're doing and why you're doing it and how you believe. Because it's very heavily here in this country after November the 5th. I think if the election goes one way, there's going to be a lot of people upset and dissatisfied with the outcome, but they're going to go to work the next day and they're going to have their boots on the ground and they're going to go back to doing the best that they can. There's going to be another group, if they lose, are really going to take to the streets. They're going to make BLM and the other Antifa riots and all like that look like patty cake. They're ready to go and turn things over and make things very uncomfortable for everybody else because they're believing a lie and they're living in a lie. And they're not going to be happy when the lights get turned on them and they get exposed. It's just going to be a bad situation either way. But I think that when you build things on lies, you can't have any credibility in your structure. It's going to fall apart. And when it does, there's going to be chaos. There's going to be ruin. People are going to get hurt. And so all we can really do at this point is just be ready for that and be aware of what is being told to us and how we're reacting to that. That's the one thing that we can control in our lives, is how we respond. So make sure that God is on your side. You know who God is, you know what God expects of you, and try to deliver that. Me, with my Judeo-Christian background, the truth matters. And when other people are willing to lie for the sake of an easy convenience, you need to not just get away from them. You need to run like hell away from them and not be a part of that. So don't let the crazies get to you. Don't be a part of that disorder. Be smarter than that. Know who you are and be comfortable in that God has your back. And in the meantime, I love you, and I'll be back.